Going to run you through the Maple Leafs prospect pipeline now that we're halfway through November. A lot of the teams have gotten through almost a quarter of their season, so let's get a look at the prospects in the system. These are prospects drafted, signed from college, or signed from overseas by the Maple Leafs. So we'll start with the prospects playing with the Marlies. Timothy Liljegren, 2017 first-round draft pick, our defenseman for the Marlies. He has 2 goals, 5 assists for 7 points in 14 games so far with the Marlies. Off to a little bit of a slow start, likely adjusting to getting a lot more ice time, playing stiffer competition as he's playing top 4 minutes every game now. Liljegren is poised to join the Leafs blue line in the future, but he needs to gain a little more confidence and continue to be effective for Babcock and the management to want to pull him up. Trevor Moore, Marlies forward, signed out of the University of Denver in 2016, has 9 goals, 3 assists in 12 games. He's at a point per game. Noticed by Mike Babcock and management, he got called up for the Cali swing for the Maple Leafs. Did not get any game action. He's been sent back down, hopefully to build on his successful start to the season. He's been a positive spark for the Marlies so far this year with his 12 points. Cali Rosen, the defenseman, signed from the SHL in 2017. He has 1 goal and 11 assists in 14 games this year with the Marlies. He's looked good with the Marlies to begin this year. He has a +7 rating so far. Continues to work on his game underneath head coach Sheldon Keefe of the Marlies. He's also coming off a 22-point season last year with the Marlies. He's already halfway to that point total with 12 over that point total with 12. Carl Grundstrom, the forward drafted 2016 second round, 57th overall. He has 5 goals, 6 assists for 11 points in 12 games. He's off to a hot start as well this year in his first full season, just adjusting nicely. Look for Grundstrom to do some good things. He had 14 points in 20 playoff games last year for the Marlies as well. Next up on the list, we got Pierre Engvall, the big forward, drafted 2014, 7th round. He has 4 goals and 6 assists for 10 points in 14 games with the Marlies so far this year. Engvall, beginning his first full season in the AHL with the Marlies, has found ways to produce and be a key contributor to the Marlies so far this year. Engvall had 8 points in the playoffs last year with the Marlies. He's finally got his way into the full-time lineup this year. Next on the list, Andreas Borgman, the defenseman, signed from the SHL in 2017. He has 2 goals, 8 assists in 14 games. Joined the Maple Leafs last year for 48 games, putting up 3 goals and 8 assists for 11 points before being sent down to finish the year with the Marlies. Borgman's looking to round out his game and continue to be, successful and look to crack the blue line hopefully next year, unless there's some injuries. Maybe he gets up there this year. Next on the list, we got forward Dmytro Timashov. He was drafted in 2015 in the 5th round. He has 4 goals, 5 assists for 9 points in 14 games. Timashov was drafted out of the QMJHL. He had 24 points in his rookie season in 16-17. He added 10 more points to that total last season when he finished with 34. And then he added 12 points in the 20 playoff games en route to the Marlies Calder Cup final win. Rough start for him in the Marlies. Looking for him to build a little bit more as the season goes on. He was pretty effective last year. And next on the list, we got Jeremy Bracco, the forward, drafted 2nd round in 2015. I love Jeremy Bracco. I hope he does well. I want to see him play with the Leafs. He has 1 goal, 8 assists for 9 points in 14 games this year. Bracco had 32 points in 50 games last year in his first full season. He found himself out of the lineup in the playoffs due to, Johnson and some players coming back. So look for him to, get a lot more responsibility and have a lot more productivity this year, getting a lot more top minutes. Next on the list is Mason Marchment, the forward, a big forward, signed in 2015 out of the OHL. He has 3 goals, 4 assists for 7 points in 8 games. Marchment, he was a late addition to the Marlies this year as he was hurt, didn't get into the lineup right away. Had 26 points in 44 games last year, and then he added 8 points in the playoffs last year for the Marlies. Looks to continue building on his impressive start to this year since joining back with the team. Next on this list of Marlies prospects is Rasmus Sandin, the defenseman, drafted 1st round in 2018. He's looking good. He's got 3 goals, 2 assists for 5 points in the 6 games that he's played with the Marlies. Rasmus Sandin he's been a treat to watch. He's been a boost to the defense for the Marlies. He's been a boost to the offensive productivity for the Marlies. He was plagued by a hand injury at the end of training camp to start this year. That's why he didn't get into the lineup right away. He's been in there in the last 6 games, and he's he's been doing wonders for the team. The first rounder showing exactly why he was drafted first round, and looks like he could be poised to make a push for the lineup next year. Definitely play a top line for the Marlies next year, but likely could be pushing for a Leaf spot. Next defenseman up on the Marlies list is Andrew Nielsen, drafted third round in 2015. He has 3 assists in 6 games with the Marlies. Off to a bit of a slow start. Looking for Nielsen to pick it up. He's just looking to get going and looking to find his groove with the Marlies. Next on the list is Adam Brooks. He's only played 2 games, but he's got a goal and an assist for 2 points in those 2 games. So looking for Brooksy to get back in the lineup and hopefully continue to build on his short season so far. Last on the Marlies list of prospects is goaltender Kazimir Kaskisuo, out of the University of Minnesota Duluth. In 2016, he was signed. Kaskisuo has 5 games played, 4.49 goals against average, and an .871 saves percentage with the Marlies. He took over the net when the promotion of Garrett Sparks happened, and we lost Calvin Pickard and Curtis McElhaney in the waiver claims. So Kaskisuo got in the net. He had a bit of a rough start with the Marlies while they were trying to gain that chemistry. Then he got hurt, so he got taken out for a bunch of games. He just returned to the lineup, which hopefully he can help the Marlies get back into their winning ways and hopefully build on his season that has been a short one so far. And those are your prospects in the Marlies pipeline right now.